Hi everyone, we finally moved into our new flat last week after what felt like an eternity of waiting. We actually bought it at the end of 2022, right after the Shanghai lockdown ended, but before all the COVID restrictions were completely lifted in China. In China, new builds are usually paid for before they are even finished, so we had to wait about a year and a half before we finally got the keys. The developer had most of the structure and interior done a year ago, but of course, they handed it over right at the last possible moment. Since rent in Shanghai is insanely expensive, especially for a big family, we moved in as soon as we could, with just the bare minimum of redecoration.
As you can probably tell, it's a compact space. Right by the entrance, we have a coat rack for guests. And I've added 2 hanging storage bags on each side for small everyday items like keys, cards, and masks. The flat is technically a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom layout, but I section off part of the living room with an aluminum-framed glass wall to create a 4th bedroom altogether. This kid's bed is actually for the new baby. My son used it when he was between 2 and 3 years old, and once the baby arrives, we'll move it to my bedroom, where I currently have my desk. Speaking of my son, here is his giant whiteboard. He just drew a colorful plesiosaur, his favorite dinosaur, before heading downstairs to fly toy planes. Above it, I've hung a piece of traditional Chinese calligraphy from a well-known poet. To the left of the entrance is the dining space and kitchen. Most of the main furniture here is custom-made from a high-density wood, which is popular in modern Chinese design. Under the glass table cover is a traditional linen piece with a bird kite pattern in the center. It's called Ride the Wind, and I think the theme and colors go perfectly with the rest of our decor. We also have a tea table with a foldable cover and wheels. I keep a few foldable camping chairs on the balcony, so when my son is out, we can set them up in the living room and enjoy some tea, snacks, and sunshine. I've decorated the dining area with a few traditional Chinese paintings. On the right, you will see a 2025 calendar from the Beijing Forbidden City Museum. The top 2 artworks are copies of Song Dynasty paintings, and I love how their colors match the rest of our soft furnishings. Now, let's check out the kitchen. It's not huge, but it has got everything we need for cooking. Moving on to the bedrooms, each one has a double bed and a wardrobe, but I skipped bedside tables. Everyone just finds their own little spot for their lamps and phones. The only proper study desk belongs to my son, while I use a foldable standing desk on wheels. Here's one of the extra bedrooms. Right now, it's storing a few boxes of rarely used toys. I also ordered 3 IKEA Macapa hat and coat rack online. It's super sturdy, but way bigger than I expected. It looked much smaller in the store, but I guess that's because our ceilings are lower than in showrooms. Something to keep in mind if your ceiling height is similar. This is my room for now. That violin on the wall is actually my old one. I've played the violin since I was 6, all the way through university. Not that I'm particularly gifted, but music has always been a big part of my life. Behind this wall is a hidden storage cabinet for duvets and books. And here's my work setup. In a few months, this space near the window will be where the baby's bed goes. Over here is my tea set from last year's Shanghai Tea Expo. I actually vlogged about it if you're interested. This little bamboo plant is adorable. My son gave me this dried rose as a New Year's gift, and these crystal mandarin ducks, nicknamed lovebirds, were a present from my husband. I also grabbed a few toy cars from my son's collection before giving them away to friends, since he's completely switched from cars to dinosaurs. Here's the main bedroom's bathroom, nothing too fancy, but it does the job. Now, here's my son's room. He has got a great view of the road and the park outside our compound. He gets perfect afternoon sunlight, which works well with his schedule. I ordered a big steel storage cabinet for his toys, but somehow I still couldn't fit them all in. Right now, all his books are packed away in his wardrobe. Our flat is in a relatively quiet area, just a bit outside Shanghai's equivalent of Zone 1. Shanghai is massive, and commuting can be a nightmare, so I'm really happy with the location. Plus, It's rare to get such an unobstructed view here, since most residential buildings are over 20 stories tall. The layout is also unusually regular for Shanghai properties, and each room gets a decent amount of natural light. Overall, I'm so happy to finally have a little place to call our own. Hope you enjoyed this tour. See you in the next video.